vlogging, real bug vlogging, bug vlogging, bug vlogging. Hi, welcome to Bug Vlog episode 3. Today we have the firefly. It's also called the lightning bug. It's also called the lamprey. It's from National Geographic / animals, bugs, firefly. Today we have a lot of fireflies here, and thanks Vincent Bradley from Your Shot. You should also know fireflies are also known as lightning bugs, and they're about everywhere. So, you probably know the guy. Um, they're an omnivore, and their diet is about 2 months, and their average lifespan and capacity is up to 1 inch. So I don't know what kind of unit of measurement that is, but it's certainly less than a paperclip. You'll notice that fireflies love moisture, and they really get into it in the humid regions of the Asian and Americas. And here you can see some fireflies. Um, all right, well I guess it's night. Um, you should know that the fireflies, they have a dedicated organ. It's on lock that doesn't really produce any heat, but produces light. So they're actually fourth dimensional bugs, which is a good time. But also, if you're wondering, thunderbugs do exist, but they're actually called thrips. It's just a common name, just like lightning bugs. Yeah, so you got the lamprey and the firefly and the lightning bug. But here you got thrips, thunderflies and stormflies. But to go to a reliable source, I thought orchid. Apparently it's a pest. I don't believe in that. What do thrips look like? Exactly like this right here. Thrips are small insects, and they may or may not have wings. Depends on the day. Depends on how they feel. The diet and behaviors. They're plant feeders. They're bugs. The reproductive lifestyle, basically just like every other kind here. Types of thrips. Okay, so there's about 5,000 species of thrips that can infest all kinds of bananas. I don't even know how many. All right, hang on. How many? Wrong block. Bites. Don't worry about it. They're small. You're pretty big. Sometimes chemical treatments are necessary for. However, thrip treatments physically remove dead or living insects. So not just thrips, but all of them. So that's how. So the pill bug, also known as the roly-poly or woodhouse scientific name, Armadillo vulgar Matacosta isopod armadillo. This is from University of Florida, Department of Entomology featured creatures. Introduction here you have the pill bug. You should also know that a pill bug is an isopod, a type of non-insect and arthropod known as a terrestrial crustacean. So, bug is more of a colloquial term. I'll just, that includes it. I have no discrimination here. This is a pill bug in pill form, and this is a pill bug in non-pill form, and this is sand or presumably raw sugar. But thanks to James Kastner, we got all the pictures we need. Oh, also, sow bugs and pill bugs aren't the same thing. So don't get them confused. Life cycle. So this is a mother. She has about 200 to 300 of these in one brood. She has a brood pouch underneath here. Yeah. You also know that the adult ranges from gray to brown. I'm assuming this is the gray, and this is the brown. And they're in metric. So they also have 12 segments. And they'll eat your plants and are basic. So thanks. And so now we have entomology and society, grasshoppers and crickets. So one of the most common questions asked by grasshoppers and crickets is how to tell them apart. That's not a question. Not a reliable source. Grasshoppers have short antennae in comparison to crickets. So okay, so there's two types of crickets. There's the short horned, and this is Animal Corner, animalcorner.co.uk. So there's the short antennae, which are the short and horned that are known as locusts, and the long horned, which are grasshoppers, but are called crickets here, and the shorter ones are called grasshoppers here. So you can really call them by any name. They're open to suggestion. It's 2017, you know. So they sing, and they're really active during the day. And this guy's endangered species and has been put as a priority on the conservation list in the UK. UK has a lot of problems with crickets. They're really not a big fan of Brexit, so you can understand how that gets along here. So the bush crickets, they forged a war for oil, and the cave crickets have no idea what's going on. The grasshoppers is the true grasshopper. Actually, the grasshoppers, the tetra. Oh, wait, shit. Okay, so there's 11 grasshoppers in Britain, and these insects look like with protein. So that's the little part between their eyeball and their back. That's I think it's this guy. So the UK they're having a problem with that, and also notes in the Jerusalem cricket. It's the child of the grounds and is sacred to Mexico. Thanks for coming to.